All right, welcome back. If you are watching this, I'm hoping you watched the first video where I shared my story and told you about how I got started with this and all of that. But I'm going to go right now into common misconceptions that a lot of women have about Beachbody and this business and just at-home businesses in general. So first of all, the biggest one my husband and I had when I first started was like, is this a pyramid scheme? Am I going to be scammed? All of those kinds of things. You just hear a lot of horror stories, and the short answer is no. The longer answer is that pyramid schemes are illegal. They are where there's no product being transferred. So basically, I would come up to you and I would say, hey, you should, I'm recruiting for my team, I guess they would say, and you pay $200 to join my team, and then you get that refunded to you when you get someone else to join. So you just keep getting people. So basically you pay $200, and then it just depends on like how many other people pay you $200 for how much money you make. Those are illegal because there's no transfer of product. You get sued for that. I'm not about that. So this is not what that kind of business. This does have, now if we talk about our teams, if we talk about how you join and who you get to join and all of those things, as a recruiter. So should you choose to recruit, so no, you don't have to recruit to make money for this, by the way. Should you choose to recruit, you will have that pyramid structure, or where there's the downline, as we call it. Just so you guys are aware, that was like my biggest holdup with this business, my biggest one. I believed in the products because I had used them and I loved them. I was not nervous about the products, but I was like, but it's a pyramid structure, so it has to be a pyramid scheme. There's got to be something wrong with it. And my husband and I looked into it and dealt, like we didn't want to get involved in anything that was like even the slightest bit like scammy or weird. And so we looked into it, started really doing our research, and that's how everything works. So for example, in my story earlier, I shared with you that my principal came up to me and said that they had to let me go because I was the lowest person on the totem pole. So just to look at that, she is at the top of the pyramid, and actually she wasn't even, it was like the superintendent of the school. And then from there, it trickles down into these little powerhouses. So that is how the team of the school system worked. And I was the last one, so I was cut. So the good news is for you is you can't be fired from this. I mean, unless you did something illegal with it, but I don't think you are. You can't really. But you can't be fired from this at least. And so this really is your business. And so there's always a structure like that. Even with my dad's automotive business, I relate a lot of that to this. And a lot of times I actually even call my dad and I'm like, hey, you're a business owner. Tell me what this is like based on what I'm experiencing. But even there is a pyramid structure within his business. So he is the owner. And then it goes down into the sales team, and then it goes into the mechanics, and there's a system, and there's a I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, like hierarchy. There we go. There is a hierarchy system in every single thing that you do. And I really honestly think the biggest one, if you look at corporate America, there's the founders and CEOs, and then there's all the people below that make up, their assistants and their salespeople, and everything works on that structure. And so when I started really looking and seeing things like that, I was like, there's no difference except for I just have more freedom. So honestly, our structure is even better than like a school system in that sense. And no one can take this away from me. Not that obviously, if you watch my story, you know that I wanted to leave that job. But with this, like no one can take this from me unless I let them. So there's that. It is a pyramid structure in that sense, but this is not a pyramid scheme. And pretty much everything works off of that structure. And my husband and I felt totally secure in this after we started looking this up. And he is one of my biggest supporters in this. He tells me all the time how proud he is of me, and how blessed he is that we found this. And so just so you know, my husband is 100% in support of this. He also loves Shakeology and the beach bars and Energize and Hydrate and all of it, because it doesn't make us feel crappy, but it still gives us the results because it's made with natural things. But I digress. Another common misconception that coaches often have as they join or are thinking about joining is being salesy. And y'all, if you do not want to be a salesperson, then I just want to go ahead and say welcome to the team, because we are not salespeople. We are women whose lives were completely changed by what we started with this, whether that's from the community or Shakeology and the nutrition and the workouts, any of it, the income, our lives were changed. And so we share it because we can't help it. That is what we are. So if that's what you are looking for, is an actual life change that you want to share, that is what we do. We do not decide that we want to make money and then find a product to back that up. We found a product that changed our lives and we want to share it with more people. And so if you'll look at my Instagram account, if you'll look at my Facebook profile, like you'll see my shake on there sometimes, but it doesn't say you should buy this bag of Shakeology and not ask any questions. It says, you know, it'll be a post about how it gives me less anxiety, or it'll be a post about how it helps curb my cravings because it makes me feel like I'm getting a treat. Or you'll see posts about how it has changed my life, not just, hey, you should do this because I want the money from your commission. Like this is not a salesperson-based business. And to be honest, we don't want those kind of people on our team. We want people on our team who are real, who are authentic, and who love what we do and stand behind it and love the way the products have changed our lives, and then share it from there. Another thing that I hear a lot, I see so many women who cut themselves short because I'll invite them to coach because I see something in them, and they will say, oh, I really would love to, but there's just no way I could because I hate my love handles, or I'm too fat, or my arms will never look like yours or hers or whatever. Or just whatever, just they find something that makes them not worthy of the calling. And so I just want to tell you that no one is perfect. Like, I'm not perfect. I still am rocking some love handles. Just FYI, I just find really good pants that hide it, that come up a little bit higher. And we're just not perfect. I have cellulite. I have some dimples that I don't love. But first of all, you don't have to share those. But number two, if you do decide to share that, you're only going to get more people who love you, because they're going to say, oh my gosh, she's a human too. And I can be vulnerable with someone who's going to be open about who they are. And so anytime I've shared, because I share a lot about my saggy skin. I have, I had 2 kids in 2.5 years. And so I have really loose skin on my stomach. Like when I am in downward dog or something, it just is like hanging there. It's so disgusting. But sometimes I share about that because that's the reality of a lot of moms with more than one kid. Sometimes it's the reality of people who haven't even had kids. So I share that whenever I feel ready to share those kinds of things, because it only helps me build relationships with other women. Another thing is I'm not a professional. I hear that a lot. Oh, I don't know anything about this, or I don't know about, triceps and like how to work triceps. And I don't know how to, count my macros or whatever it is. And the beauty with this system is that we give you all that you need to coach people through. Now, when people say, are you like a certified trainer? Are you like can you train me or whatever? I tell women very upfront, I am just a coach, which means I guide women through the programs that I have, but the trainers who wrote the programs are the professionals. I'm just here to guide you through it and be a friend and be accountability and be support and answer questions and kind of just be your advocate to do this well and have success. That's all I am. I'm not a professional. Now, have I researched a lot because I'm super intrigued by it? Yes, but I'm not certified in any of this. I literally have no certifications beyond this, or beyond teaching even. So that is what, you don't have to be professional. You just have to be passionate about like helping people feel good and get healthy and get results. Another thing that holds a lot of women back is they aren't confident in social media. So there is a lot that goes into social media. I will completely admit that. For sure. There's a lot that goes into it, and this will come later, but our team, I mentor you on how to grow your social media following. Just so you guys know, when I started this, I had a personal Instagram account and I had a Facebook account, and I was active on them in the sense that I would post like maybe once every 2 weeks, and I would get on and like people's things at least once a day. Like I was on there once a day, but if you watch my story, it wasn't really usually in a healthy way. It was usually in a way where I was comparing and falling short and even going deeper into that dark depression. But I will mentor you on how to do that, because I took my private account and I decided to kind of close it down, and I opened up an entire new account. So I can literally say that I started with 0 followers at one point. And so I have now grown that to almost 2,000 followers, and it's totally possible. And even with that small amount, even with under 2,000, you can still grow a thriving business. And I am. And so I can mentor you to do the exact same thing. Same thing with Facebook. If you'd rather use Facebook, I can mentor you on how to better use Facebook, how to utilize the groups on Facebook, or the units within the groups, or just whatever it is, and how to run a like page. I can mentor you on that, whichever platform you choose to use. I have the tools to help you with that. A lot of coaches will say they don't have time, or a lot of potential coaches, I guess I should say, they don't have time. And that's their biggest concern. Maybe they are, a mom of 2 or 3 very young children, and they volunteer, and they have a job, or just whatever. I'll have you know that I, just so you can kind of get a feel for me, I started this when I started coaching when my son was 10 months old, and I found out I was pregnant with the other. So I literally started coaching as a pregnant mom of a toddler. So I built the business. I did take a few months off because 2 under 2 was a little bit more of a whirlwind for me than I thought. So there's the beauty in it, is that you can step back if you need to. And then I ran back in full force when he was about 8 months old, after we figured out some of his health issues that were really, really taking a toll on our family. So you can grow this as fast or as slow as you like. And I also have a few women on my team who are in the midst of a lot of crazy things. I have moms who are military wives, and they have 2 kids under 2, and their husbands are getting ready to be deployed. But they do this as a creative outlet. They do this to stay in contact with other women who are, encouraging. And then also I have college students who have signed up, newly married, who are ready and trying to make who are going to make this work, so that they can stay home with their children in the future. And so they're already thinking ahead, like, here's what I want. I'm going to work to get that so that I can have that freedom by the time my children are here. Another thing that a lot of potential coaches are fearful of is that, just kind of like in the sense where they're not a professional, they're a little bit concerned about recreating the wheel. So just so you guys know, like, there are all sorts of resources that our team will give to you to run these challenge groups. We don't just say, here you go, here's your customers, have fun. Like, you are in our challenge groups, we mentor you based on that, and then we give you guides to create your own challenge groups and your own content, so that you can encourage other women in the same way that you've been encouraged. So that is how that works. And then if you want to keep watching from here, I'll go ahead and share this. And this kind of goes along with the pyramid scheme. So Beachbody itself, this is the company that we work for, our team works for. Beachbody itself did not go into business to be a network marketing company or an MLM, which is what we are, a multi-level marketing company, where these coaches sign on and recruit other coaches. The original thought was, we have these awesome workout programs, and we're just going to put them on infomercials on TV at night and sell them, and help people get healthier. And so the mission behind Beachbody was, and still is, in 2007 when it began, was to help people lead more healthy and fulfilling lives. That's it. And that's still our mission today. What ended up happening, though, in 2009, I believe it was, I can give you more accurate dates later. In 2009, there were all these message threads happening on the website where coaches, well, not coaches, but they are coaches now, where customers were coaching each other through the programs. Like, oh, I just finished that one. Here's things that really helped me. Or, hey, I'm on day 10 of that program. Let's do it together. And they just kind of saw this organically happening. And so a lot of those customers started reaching out and saying, hey, is there a compensation plan? Because people are asking me how I'm getting results, and I'm telling them, and I would love if there's a way I could be compensated for that. And so that's how it was created. It was created because there was a need and there was a desire from these people who loved these products so much, whose lives had changed so much through these products, that they decided to partner with the company, and that's where coaching began. And so that's where it started. This was not made to be this way, but this is the best way it works for Beachbody and its customers and us, because once you feel and see how wonderful these programs are and how amazing the accountability is with other women doing it with you, like, it is absolutely addicting, and you won't want to quit, and you'll want to take that to other women. So there are some of the common, like, fears, misconceptions that I get from potential coaches. So I wanted to share that with you. After that, or after this, we will talk about the actual money. So we will talk about how you earn, how you have to invest in the business to get a return on your investment, and all of those, the really businessy things. So I can't wait to share that with you guys, and can't wait to see you in the next video.